In this video I'm going to show you how to use the Smocking transfer dots. These dots are designed to be ironed onto the back of your fabric, and they come in different size sheets. They come in dots very close together, which will give you a quarter spacing both ways, and these are a size H dot, which are pleater compatible. They also come in blue dots, and blue dots are on wider paper and therefore you get more rows, but depending on the spacing of your dots depends on how many rows you get per sheet. And how to choose which dots to use for your fabric, it is dependent on the thickness of your fabric. So if you have very thick fabric, you want the dots wider apart, and very fine fabric, you want them closer together. And what you do is, this is just for a little insert, and you cut a piece of your transfer dots to size and pin it to the fabric. And as mentioned, you pin it to the back of your fabric. And then take a hot iron, and then the iron needs to be as hot as the fabric can take. So I've got it set at full because I'm on 100% cotton. I've pinned my paper in place, and I sweep in one foul swoop across the fabric, making sure I cover all the dots. And then before I remove the dots, I check to see that they've come off okay. If I'm happy with that, then I can unpin, and my dots are ready to use. They are designed to be used just the once. Once you've got your dots in place, then you take a piece of, I use pre-waxed quilting thread because that glides through the fabric really well and it's also very strong. And take a piece of thread longer than your fabric and thread up. And the idea is to pop your needle in one side of the dot and to come out of the other side. And do that with each dot. And you can pick up one or two after each other. And you keep doing that across the whole of the row, for every row. And here's one I've done earlier. And then you've picked up all your dots, going inside one side of the dot and then out of the other for every single dot. And then tie off in pairs at one end. I usually allow a small seam allowance before I tie off. And if you've got an odd number of rows, then just tie the last 3 together. Once you've got those in place, you're tied off at the ends, I tend to pin it to my ironing board. There we go. And then gather up my threads. Make sure all the pleats are lying flat, and then you can fan the pleats out to the distance of your blocking guide for whatever project you would like. And then you tie off the other side in pairs as you did for this side, and that's how you're using smocking dots. And then that's the right side and you're ready for your smocking.